Most people think airport disasters happen because of bad weather, cancelled flights, or lost luggage. But the truth is much worse. Every day, thousands of travelers miss flights, pay unexpected fees, and even get denied boarding because of mistakes they didn't know they were making. And the scary part? Most of these mistakes happen long before passengers realize something is wrong. A single oversight can turn a dream vacation into a stressful nightmare. Today, we're revealing the airport mistakes that travel experts never ignore and why avoiding them could save you hundreds of dollars, hours of frustration, and maybe even your entire trip. Let's start with one of the most expensive mistakes of all. 1. Waiting until the airport to check in. Many travelers still believe checking in at the airport is perfectly normal. Years ago, it was. Today, it can be a costly gamble. Airline check-in systems automatically close before departure, and once they close, there is often nothing airport staff can do. It doesn't matter if you can see the plane. It doesn't matter if you're standing in line. Once the system shuts down, your reservation may be gone. Even worse, some airlines have quietly changed their check-in deadlines, catching passengers completely off guard. A simple online check-in can eliminate this risk entirely. But that's not the only digital mistake travelers are making. 2. Trusting your phone too much. We become so dependent on our phones that many travelers store everything digitally. Boarding passes, flight details, hotel reservations, travel documents. Sounds convenient until your battery dies. Or your phone freezes. Or the airline app refuses to load when you're standing at the gate. Suddenly, that convenience becomes panic. Experienced travelers always keep a backup. Because airports are the worst possible place for technology to fail. And speaking of boarding passes. 3. Posting your boarding pass online. This mistake looks harmless. In reality, it can be surprisingly risky. People love sharing travel photos before takeoff. A quick selfie. A picture of the boarding pass. A post announcing their vacation. But hidden within that boarding pass can be information you never intended to share. Flight details. Personal information. Frequent flyer numbers. Travel itineraries. And there's another problem most people never consider. When you tell the world you're leaving town, you're also telling them your home may be empty. Your vacation photos can wait. Your security cannot. But the next mistake is one airport security officers see every single day. 4. Packing liquids the wrong way. Everyone knows about the liquid rules. Yet countless travelers still get stopped because they bury their liquids deep inside their luggage. Then comes the chaos. Bags opened. Clothes scattered. Lines delayed. Extra screening. Stress levels rising. The solution couldn't be simpler. Keep liquids organized and easy to access. A few seconds of preparation can save several minutes of frustration. And now let's talk about a mistake that causes passengers to miss flights even when they arrive at the airport early. 5. Not finding your gate immediately. Most travelers land in the terminal and instantly look for food, coffee, or a comfortable seat. Big mistake. Airports are becoming larger and more complicated every year. The gate printed on your boarding pass might be much farther away than you expect. Sometimes it requires trains. Sometimes buses. Sometimes a surprisingly long walk. Smart travelers locate their gate first. Everything else comes second. Because here's what many people don't realize. 6. Assuming your gate won't change. This mistake catches even experienced travelers. You check your boarding pass. You memorize the gate number. You relax. Then the airline changes the gate. And suddenly you're sitting comfortably in the wrong part of the airport while boarding is happening somewhere else. Gate changes happen every day. Sometimes with little warning. That's why seasoned travelers constantly monitor airport screens, not just their boarding passes. Because the information that matters most is always the latest information. And there's another timing mistake that costs people flights every single day. 7. Confusing departure time with boarding time. When your ticket says the flight leaves at 7:30 a.m., that doesn't mean you should arrive at the gate at 7:30 a.m. It means the aircraft is scheduled to leave the ground at 7:30 a.m. Boarding starts much earlier, and the gate usually closes well before departure. Many travelers learn this lesson the hard way. They arrive thinking they still have time. Then they watch the gate close in front of them. No matter how fast you run, a closed gate is usually the end of the story. But the next mistake can get you stopped before you even reach the gate. 8. Carrying too many items. Airlines have become increasingly strict about cabin baggage. Many passengers assume small bags don't count. A backpack, a purse, a shopping bag, a neck pouch, a laptop case. Suddenly, what seemed reasonable becomes a problem. Airport staff may force you to consolidate items, check bags, or pay additional fees. It's a simple mistake that creates unnecessary stress at the worst possible moment. And surprisingly, what you're wearing can create problems too. 9. Wearing the wrong clothing. Most travelers never think about dress codes until they become an issue. Certain clothing choices can attract extra attention at security checkpoints. Others may violate airline policies. Items with excessive metal can trigger repeated screenings. In rare cases, inappropriate attire has even resulted in denied boarding. Comfort is important, but practicality is equally important. And speaking of airport mistakes, one of the most embarrassing happens during boarding itself. 10. Ignoring your boarding group. Everyone wants extra overhead bin space. So some passengers try boarding before their group is called. Usually, it doesn't work. The scanner beeps. Everyone notices. And the passenger gets sent back. Ironically, trying to board too early often creates more delays than simply waiting your turn. But if you think that's frustrating, wait until you hear this next mistake. 11. Going to the wrong terminal. This happens more often than you'd think. Large airports may have multiple terminals separated by long distances. Some require trains. Others require shuttle buses. Many travelers check the gate number and completely forget about the terminal. By the time they realize their mistake, valuable time has already been lost. And sometimes, even being in the correct terminal isn't enough. 12. Missing important announcements. Airports are noisy. Travelers wear headphones. People get distracted. And occasionally, critical announcements are made only over the loudspeaker. A gate change. A boarding update. A final boarding call. Miss the announcement, and you may miss the flight. That's why experienced travelers never completely tune out their surroundings. Because airports can change in an instant. And finally, there's one mistake travelers make after they land. 13. Assuming the stress is over. You've arrived. The flight is finished. Everything went smoothly. Or so you think. Many travelers walk straight to the baggage claim area and stand at the wrong carousel for half an hour. Others discover that international connections have completely different rules than they expected. Some countries require transit visas. Others require passengers to collect and recheck baggage. Some require immigration processing even during connections. Assumptions can be expensive. Research is always cheaper. And before we finish, remember one final rule. Never depend entirely on airport Wi-Fi. Networks fail. Connections drop. Apps stop working. Always save screenshots of your boarding pass, flight details, gate information, and itinerary. Those few screenshots could become the most valuable travel documents you have. Because when things go wrong at the airport, they usually go wrong fast. The good news? Every mistake in this video is completely avoidable. A little preparation can save you money, stress, and possibly your entire trip. So tell me, which airport mistake have you seen someone make or maybe even made yourself? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more travel secrets, airport hacks, and money-saving tips, make sure to subscribe and keep watching. Your next trip might depend on it.